Alright folks, welcome to Yak Math Videos for your quiz review videos for Algebra 2. Folks, today we're brought to you by St. Louis Cardinals, John Stockton, Hall of Fame point guard, and St. Louis University. Alright, I'm going to try to make this with the video not shaking as much. Here are your answers for both quiz review number 1 and number 2 regular Algebra 2 classes. Number 1, folks, make sure to do the order of operations. Take care of that parentheses first, then divide. Take care of the parentheses, then we're going to square it, multiply it by 3/4. Pause this anytime you need to. If there's an error, please let me know. 4 minus 1 is 3. Cube it is to subtract a -5 is to add 5 on number 3. Take care of the parentheses, then subtract, divide by 10. You can get decimals. Evaluate the expression for W is 3, X is -6, Y is -2. Plug it in, Glade style. We have Glade in the house today, folks. Nothing kills the scent of a freshman boy quite like Glade. All right. Plug that in, we get -12. Here we go. When you square a negative, you always get a positive. A negative times a negative is a positive. You guys are going to have that a lot on your first quiz, which is Friday. I would use brackets here on number 7 when a lot of things are in parentheses and you are squaring something, especially. Put things in brackets, then clean it up, square it. That's going to be 18 squared. This is going to come out to be a -6 because this is 12 over a -2 right there. All right, so take your time on something like 7. Here on 8, we just got some things up top to take care of. A negative times a negative is a positive. Again, there's any errors, please let me know. Here, just combine like terms, no big deal. Just distribute. A negative times a negative is a positive 15x. Combine like terms. All right, on number 11 here. Combine like terms, no big deal. Again, when you're in debt 30 and you lose 24 more, you're in debt 54. Please remember that. That's sometimes an error students make. I honestly made an error writing number 12. I didn't want Y in there as well. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're just going to handle it like I wrote it. So the only terms you can combine are the X terms here. Okay. Folks, let's distribute. Again, 3 times 40 is 120 divided by 4, 30. 3 times 16 is 48 divided by 4 is 12. That's how we're getting those numbers. All right, combine like terms. 4 times 14 is 86, divided by 7 is 8, and then so forth. Solve for y. That means I want y all by itself. So first off, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I'm going to get 2y is 13 minus 3x, and then I'm going to divide both sides by 2. On B here, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3 first. Okay, multiply both sides by 3. I didn't write that there. I mean, I kind of drew the arrow to show that we're going to multiply, but that's what we're doing here. Okay, that's with the arrow. See if I can do this with one hand. It means multiplication. All right, then add the x. Add the x. Solve for h. First off, you're going to multiply both sides by 4, the reciprocal, and then you're going to divide both sides by p. There we go. All right, now we're solving for x, folks. Subtract 17 from both sides. Get -48 divided by 3, -16. On the right side, you have the bigger x. So we're going to add the 3x over. All right, then we're going to get rid of that -12 by adding 12. Divide both sides by 5. You get 4. On number 19 here, we're just going to distribute. Take your time. Notice you have 2x and 3x. Add them together. Now, here, 5x is bigger than 2x, so we're going to move this x over, subtract it. Then we're going to add 10 to both sides. 3x is -17. -17 over 3. -5 and 2/3. -5.6 repeating. Folks, number 20 is kind of probably one of the harder ones here. We didn't go over it a ton. We haven't gone over it yet, so I feel bad. We're going to go over it twice before the quiz, no big deal. The lowest common denominator here, 2, 3, and call that 4 over 1 is 6, okay? So multiply everything by 6. So 6 divided by 2, that's how I got 3x. 6 divided by 3, that's how I got 2x. Equals 4 times 6, 24. Add the x's, divide by 5. Now we have talked about 21. I helped you out with that one yesterday. Just distribute, subtract 2x from both sides. Then you're going to add 15. You get 23 over 7. You can pause this whenever you need to. This one here, distribute the 3/5 and the 1/2. Subtract 4, both sides. Add 5. Divide by 2. Negative times a negative is a positive for that 15, so be careful. 5x minus 6x is a negative x. All right, so if the opposite of x is 27, x is the opposite of 27. That's how you want to think about it. Again, a negative times a negative is a positive, 6x there. Add these 6x's together, you have 12x. Subtract 16, 12x is 31. 31 divided by 12 is a good answer. That's also 2 and 7/12. I believe it's 2.583 repeating. That's review number 1. That is what we're doing Wednesday in class. Here's what you're going to do Thursday, folks. So I'm really just going to kind of state these answers, all right? You're going to try to do as much as you can by yourself, but you will have this as just really the answers. So it's the same process as before. Order of operations, you get 10.4 on number 1. Number 2, folks, make sure to take care of the parentheses. Then you're going to square it. So 20 squared is 400. 4/5 of that is 320 plus 13. Number 3, 4 cubed is 64. Add 12 and 12 to that, you get the year I was born, 88. All right, 89 minus what? That's going to be 30. Multiply that by 3, divide by 10. Evaluate each expression for those 3 variables. Negative times a negative is a positive. We got it. When you score a negative, you always get a positive. A negative times a negative is a positive. Number 7. Again, this one is probably going to be a little bit quicker than the last one. So just pause it whenever you need to. Just think of this as 5 times negative 4, which is a negative 20. Negative 20 divided by 2 is a negative 10. When you subtract a negative, that's how you get a positive. Square a negative, you also get a positive. All right? Number 8 here is no big deal. Just a negative times a negative is a positive. Remember, when I plug things in, I'm multiplying, okay? Like when you see 4y, when you see 5xy, that means multiplication. And moving on to the next page here. Combine the x's, 16x minus 14y, very good. There, distribute negative times a negative. Oh, when we see an error, that is definitely not right. Guys, that is 35x. So you're going to have 39y. I'm sorry, 39x. Very good, a little boo-boo that we corrected real quick. Always go back and check your work. Negative times a negative is a positive. Combine the x's, 32x minus 73y. All right, so now I made this review kind of quick, so you can definitely get some weird answers later on. Here, not too bad, though, just distributes. All right, we haven't dealt with answers with fractions too much, so no big deal. 14 here, do some distribution, add like terms again. So this is pretty much identical to your first review. So hint, hint, wink, wink, guys. This is what your quiz is going to look like. Subtract 4x from both sides and then divide by 3 to solve for y. Again, we're going to multiply both sides by 5. We talked about this one a few times. You guys have done it well. Just going to put like the 5 out here like you're used to seeing. All right, then subtract. Oh, nope, this says solve for y. What am I doing there? Y is 30 minus x. We don't care about x. There you go. So that's a boo-boo. That was fixed for you. Solve for h. You're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal 3. You get 3v is that. And then this is a volume 1 that I talked to you might see. Then just divide both sides by what's attached to h. All right, last page. Solving each equation. Subtract 19, divide by 4. 3x is bigger than negative 5x, so add 5x to both sides. Add 19, divide by 8. Either or, 15 over 4 is 3.75. Let's distribute, combine like terms. 5x minus 21 is 4x minus 19. Add 21 to both sides, x is 2. Okay, just like the previous page, lowest common denominator of 4, 3, and 1, because 2 is 2 over 1 is 12. Multiply everything by 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. That's how I get 3x and 4x. 2 times 12 is 24. Get 24 over 7. Final answer. Use distribution, folks. 5x is bigger than 4x, so let's subtract. Add 9 to the other side. There we go. All right, use some distribution. Move the 2x over to the other side. You get 4x minus 30 is 15. All right, a negative times a negative is a positive. 6x minus 12x, negative 6x. Combine like terms. Add that over. You get negative 59 over 6, which is almost negative 10. And finally, number 24 here. We're going to get this right at about 10 minutes, this video. A negative times a negative is a positive. Overall, you're going to get 6.6. Folks, 50-point quiz this Friday. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.